Hello Internet, another GPU that was at the repair shop that no one really knows what it's called. Something about fixing the refrigerators at the north. I don't know, who cares? Why couldn't they fix this? I don't know, because they can't fix things. They can fix key fobs maybe. So we're gonna check for some of the things that they should have checked. We're good here. Yeah, no short on 12. This is probably PEX in here. See if I can get the memory. Memory's good. And in here, I think it's a Zotac. Yeah, it's a Zotac. Or what's left of it. No short here, no short there. That should be it. 5 volt is somewhere. I can't get to it. So, well, we know at the very least that whatever that shop is, they are confident in their practices enough that they could rule out the short, or at the very least fix the short if there is one. But beyond that, nah. And that's why you send your graphics card to a specialist. If you have a key fob that needs to be repaired, I'll be sure to send you over to a key fob repair specialist. So, alright, so we've got about 2 amps. These fans here are definitely not Zotac. Thermal right, don't care. One funny thing I did notice without even taking it apart is that if we look down here, somebody really like to stack on pads. So that will definitely make the problem worse. If that wasn't the cause of the problem, it definitely made it worse. So when you sent this GPU to some shop that doesn't even know that this doesn't look right, maybe you shouldn't send them these things ever again. Regardless, we're gonna power this thing on, see what it does. Oh, looks like it's posting. So, so I guess everything is fine and dandy. Look, it's a 4090 that was repaired by a Northridge Fix, and it looks like it's working right out of the box. So, 10 out of 10. Northridge Fix is definitely your guy to fix 4090s. So we're gonna wait for the drivers to complete the installation and then see what happens. And the customer said this thing will crash as soon as the drivers initialize. So basically it'll crash once you boot into Windows. So let's see what will happen once the drivers initialize. And here goes nothing. Here goes nothing. The drivers initialize. The 4090 is over there. We did not lose the display. Okay, whatever. Let's open up GPU-Z, see what it does. Okay, so we've got all of our 16s. Okay, let's run this, see what that does. Okay, I don't see any overheating. Oh, we are overheating on the core. Yeah, so that's going to be a problem, definitely. We're going to be hitting 100 degrees on the core. We're not even loading the core to the max. We're just running the memory test. And if I were to run firmwork, things are going to get a lot worse. See? 100 degrees. Yes. Perfect. Alright, so it's overheating and it's crashing. Okay, let's turn that off. Take it apart, see what's going on. Little bit unfortunate. But I've had a 4090 yesterday. Forgot which one it was. That came with the exact same complaint. Crashing. And it was also at Northridge Fix's shop. And so I opened it up because I saw exact same behavior. It was just overheating. So I opened it up, changed pads, changed paste, put it back together, ran it. Works perfectly fine. No need to fix. No need to pay for a successful repair, even though the repair was a success. I don't do that to people. So if I didn't have to fix it, you don't have to pay me to fix it. So just pay for diagnostic, and if you wanted to expedite that, pay for that as well. But no repairs. No need for repair. No need to pay for repair. I don't know how other shops operate. I just don't feel comfortable charging people a full repair price if I didn't do any kind of repair. All I did was reapply thermal paste and put some new pads on there. So, but what we're seeing here with this thick pad here, that should definitely be illegal. So, and then we're missing pads here, so that should definitely be illegal as well. I don't know how some repair shops just keep getting away with things like that. That's just beyond me. So I'm guessing he just took some of the pads from the back, throw them in on the front, And that's not him. It's not Alex. It's the big boss. The big boss is getting old. And that's what you get. You get a half fixed, half broken device. See, just like I said. This was on the back. The other one was on the front. Yeah, this is like the dumbest thing ever. Because what happens, there's going to be a lot of pressure, back pressure coming from this, and it's going to be pushing the board, flexing the board, doing all sorts of illegal things that it shouldn't do, that it does, and you're going to end up having problems with broken solder joints everywhere. So, yeah. I mean, if things were dirty, that's one thing, but when things are done so bad, I don't know. I'm speechless. And this isn't the first time I see this. Who cares? We're gonna put a piece of pad here and one in here. Then we're gonna replace the ones at the front. And that should be it. There should be no crashes. At the very least, in theory. I'd still have to run all the tests to make sure. Because who knows, with all that flexing on the board with an extra pad in this area and extra pad in here, I don't know which way the board would flex. Hopefully not in the direction where we don't want it to flex, but we'll see. Time will tell. At least it's posting and we know it's working, so there's no need to worry about that part. And I'm starting to think that whatever paste the Northridge Fix applies, probably the worst paste ever. Because there was plenty of paste on the core, and there was plenty of paste on the cooler. Yet it was overheating instantly in both cases, yesterday and right now. So I don't know. How cheap can you get? Maybe he's just using the wrong paste. I don't know. Somebody tell him to get something good. You know, like the good old dirt cheap GD2 that I use. Works really well. It's cheap, works well, probably costs $1 more than what he's using. Who knows? Don't care. I just work. Gonna wipe off the evidence of his crimes so that no one knows he ever touched it. That way it will not depreciate the value of this graphics card. Some good old 2 mils on the memory. Something like that. And some good old GD2 there. Now let's slap it back in and hopefully everything works. Alright. You see, this is the reason why if you have a Dell laptop and you want it done and you want it repaired by the best way possible, then you go to the Dell repair expert, someone who specializes in Dell laptops, like this guy. Or if you want to repair your key fob that you dropped in water or something, then you go to the key fob repair specialist. That would be Northridge Fix. You know, if you have a graphics card and you want it to be repaired the best way possible, send it to, I don't know, somebody. Find somebody with the reputation that precedes his name. So, I don't know about my reputation, but my name's Batman. We are going to run this 4090 and see if it works. If it does not crash or any of that the customer had stated, and if it does not, then it's just going to be a repair attempt. And an educational video for the rest of you guys out there who are thinking to send their expensive multi-$1,000 device to a person who is not particularly good at repairing them. I mean, don't get me wrong. Anybody can replace a fuse or maybe even a driver MOSFET if your hot air station can be set to 500 degrees. But not everyone can get the pads right, as you can see here. So we're going to go ahead and run the test. I have a feeling that everything's going to go smooth. And on that happy note, hello Internet. Today we have an MSI 4080. Yes, it's a 4080 that was struck by a lightning or a thunder. Oh no, wait a minute, I remember. The power supply exploded, customer said, and the 4080 would not work no more. Alright, I hate this connector. It's not getting in there. Probably one of the earlier revisions of this connector. I remember when these connectors just started popping out, supplied with cards, they would just not stick in there very well. I don't know. Who cares? I'm not going to power this thing on yet. Let's check for resistance and see what we get. So, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, Nothing here. Can we get to memory from here? No, we cannot because them stupid coils. What about the... Can we get to PEX? Can we get to anything in here? No, we can't get to anything. What about... Let's see if we can get to here. Probably PEX. What about here? Nothing. Yeah, I cannot get anywhere in here, so this 12 volt, it does not seem like it's shorted. So who cares? We are safely powering this thing on anyway, because we're setting the limit on the amperage that it can pull. So if something's wrong, we'll know it before it blows up. And we got 1.5 of an amp almost. I think I don't know. It looks like it could be a little bit on the low side. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this stupid... Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this hook off of here. This hook is nothing but trouble. Especially considering the design of this cooler here. I cannot get easy access to this hook because the hook is on the same level as the fin stack, so that's genius. Okay, there we go. Problem solved. Let's power this thing on by the PC and see if it works. I'll be actually surprised if it does. And if the problem has nothing to do with the blown power supply, and that maybe by replacing the power supply, it would have fixed the GPU. Who knows? One happy beep, and the GPU is posting. Oh man, what a day. I just had a 4090 that didn't need to be fixed. Right before that, I had another 4090 that also didn't need to be fixed. Both of those 4090s came from Northridge Fix. Now I got this 4080 here that doesn't need to be fixed. This it's one of those days where nothing needs to be fixed. How am I supposed to be paying my bills if I'm not fixing anything? Charging people for diagnostics is not going to get me anywhere because even the diagnostics here take a while. You know, if I was Northridge Fix, my diagnostics would probably take less than 15 seconds. And I would be perfectly happy charging customer $50 for 15 seconds of my time, while the big boss is assembling and disassembling these things on the back, and either intentionally or accidentally screwing up the memory pads. But regardless, let's go ahead and confirm that this thing is working and give the customer good news. Yeah, I think everything's fine. Let's go and run a test real quick. I'm still going to run the test fully to be 100% sure, but I think I think it's just going to be one of those. So that's why I'm adding this repair to the 4090 from earlier today, because it's essentially there's essentially nothing to fix here. Yeah, everything's working. So good clock, good TDP, everything's good. Data lines are good. I'm sure everything's going to be passed. So yeah, that was a waste of time. Oh well, it is what it is. At least I'm not doing these diagnostics for free anymore. So either way, that will be it for this video, hopefully, and I'll start digging my way toward the EVGA 3090 that is staring at me, and hopefully I'll have something to fix today. That'll be it. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day and goodbye.